Hey Nation, Gabe.
Nick.
And Nick, we are here today to actually have another installment of Cricket
Cricket
Convo.
Convos.
And I thought about this recently as I was doing a live stream where, cricket is known as the gentleman's game. And often you don't really get too many rants in cricket. You don't really get too many, and everybody loves a rant, right? Whether it's in sports or, just in general. There's this guy that I watched that Angry Rant Man or whatever, and he absolutely just loses his mind about movies and other things. Other YouTubers, he's just hilarious, dude. It'd be an honor for him to rant on us, honestly, bro. You know what I mean? Because he's off the chain with it, bro. And this is batteries, but who doesn't love a good rant? But in cricket, there's just that etiquette, right? And as far even the umpires, the commentators, for the most part, everybody's always toes that line of cricket is a gentleman's game. So what we're going to be doing today is called the anatomy of a rant. So we're going to break down a cricket rant and then compare it to a proper rant. Nicholas?
Oh my gosh. So Gabe and I both know what it's like to be fans of teams that lose. I think I know way more than he does. I got my RCB hat on. I can't even find my Padres hat. Shut your mouth. I can't even find my Padres hat. I've banished it. I don't know where it's at. They are tanking like there's no tanking ever been done before in sports. Oh wait, they've done it several times before. Lakers, yeah, I get it. They won a million championships, but whatever. They're not my top two teams. Chargers, you gotta be kidding me, right? You gotta be kidding me. And I know Gabe, he's always been a Mets fan. Han Solo, you always knew it was right. Knicks fan, right? He's got all that kind of stuff out there. But we know what it feels like to be angry watching sports, to rant, to possibly have our wives kick us out of the bedroom for a few days because we take sports too seriously. Sometimes it happens. And so Gabe told me there's this rant I have not seen. I don't think he's seen it. Maybe he has. I'm not sure about cricket that we had to watch because, like he said, gentleman's game. And then Gabe's going to show you, and he's going to explain the Mets hat in a second. When we get to that point, we're going to show you, like he said, a proper rant about sports. And it's about being a fan of a team. And you have that feeling where you're just like, I'm not a violent person, but I got to punch something because I'm so angry. Why does a team want to break my heart? That's what these rants are inspired by.
Savannah's favorite line when I'm yelling at the TV is, they can't hear you, right?
That's what Jody says. And I said, yes, they can. Yes, they can, because a lot of times they do better.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you. Let us know in the chat, all right? What's been the biggest rant you've ever had? Maybe a game. It doesn't have to be cricket necessarily. It could be football, international football. It could be, I don't care what it is, combined. That it was just a game that your team should not have lost, and you just absolutely blew your stack. It would just be glorious. And if there's any other rants out there, send them our way because I enjoy watching you rant.
Please, absolutely. So we're going to jump into this. We're going to start with the first rant. I believe it's an Australian rant. Richie Bernard, the underarm rant. It's a very short video, less than 1 minute. We're going to react to that too. And as we do, don't forget to like and subscribe and stick around for the second video we're going to react to right afterwards. All right, here we go.
Now, everyone around Australia will have their own ideas on that, and we always get letters and phone calls about different things that happen, so I don't expect anyone to agree with me. I don't expect that you'll get more than 50% agreement on anything. Let me just tell you what I think about it. I think it was a disgraceful performance from a captain who got his sums wrong today, and I think it should never be permitted to happen again. We keep reading and hearing that the players are under a lot of pressure and that they're tired and jaded and perhaps their judgment and their skill is blunted. Well, perhaps they might advance that as an excuse for what happened out there today. Not with me, they don't. I think it was a very poor performance. One of the worst things I have ever seen done on a cricket field. Good night.
Oh my gosh.
Good night. Wow.
This man said one of the worst things I've seen on a cricket field. Good night.
Love it. Okay, love it. Because here's the thing, bro. Man. I get it. A lot of times, you got to be politically correct. And a lot of these teams and these owners have a lot of power. You say the wrong thing, you could get, yanked if you're on the air and you're a broadcaster or you work for the team or a station, whatever it may be, because then you won't get the locker room access. You won't get the interviews. You won't have them answer your questions at the press conferences. And, many a times, right, Nick, it bothers me to no end when a reporter's there after a terrible performance or after a big loss or bad game. And I'm just like, ask the question. Ask the question. And they'll just dance around the question and won't ask it. And they're probably thinking to themselves, I want to ask the question so bad, but they know that'll be the last question they ever ask because you're going to be banished, right? It is what it is, right? That access is so important; they don't want to lose it. But it was a good rant. As far as the rant, Nick, what would you do? Me on a scale of 1 to 10? Obviously, and this is the thing too. That was primetime television. It looked like he was reporting like directly after the game.
News.
So
he was on a news network. Listen, we're going to show you a rant that we're both very excited about, and we've watched a million times, especially Gabe, in a second, and that's what he's alluding to. But listen, this man is a journalist. He's a reporter. He's on the news. Well, we're going to watch in a little bit. It's their podcast. It's their radio show. It's the thing that they've created, and if you don't like it, then don't tune in, right? This guy's on the news, and he already knew. He prefaced it with, "You're not going to like it." He did his own opinion reporting sports, and I did a little bit of research on this. This is the 1981 underarm incident in Melbourne, and it came after the Australia captain Greg Chappell had his brother Trevor bowl underarm to New Zealand, and they did that so that New Zealand absolutely had no chance of getting a dramatic tie with the Six on the final delivery of the match. And it prompted boos by the fans there. So we've heard about this from different things. We saw the Glenn McGraw and the first season of the BBL or the IPL, whatever it was, kind of joke around and do that just as a joke or whatever years later. And I respect him for just being like, this is ridiculous. This is not what it's all about. This is uncalled for. Bad judgment, this or that. I'm not buying it. It's you wanted to win and you wanted to assure it. And I give him credit for going after his own team. On Australian news, for crying out loud.
Love it.
Because at least American fans, I would say at least 75% of American fans, besides blatantly breaking the rules or whatever it is, whatever it takes to win, baby, we're not going to apologize for it.
Right. And I love it because, again, he's criticizing his own team. It's probably an unpopular opinion, but the reality is it's not in the spirit of the game. And that's the part I loved. And kudos to him. Again, broadcasting legend, according to Jack from WW Podcast, and he's the one that put us on to this video. Now, I'm wearing a Met fan. Many people are going to be confused. Like, aren't you a Yankee fan? Yes, I'm a Yankee fan. I am a Yankee fan. Okay. With that being said, all right, the Mets are crosstime rivals. They're like the little brothers. Okay, so they're always in the Yankees' shadow. They've been to 2 World Series. The Mets have, and they've won. Right? The amazing Mets, the 86 Mets. They didn't even win that one.
They've won 2. They've won 2. They've been to like 4 or 5. I'm not sure how much they've been to.
And the most recent World Series they went to was 2000 against the Yankees, and the Yankees beat them, obviously. And they're just like always in the shadow. It's always it's tough because they're crosstown rivals. So Met fans have just had such a bad stretch of luck. And this is a rant from their color commentator, Don LaGreca, who actually calls shows on their not podcast. This is actually their radio show. It's a syndicated, and he's also on their own broadcasting network where they broadcast the games. So the fact that once again somebody who's tied to an organization is calling them out, I absolutely love it, and it is probably one of the funniest rants of all time. Just so you guys know, he still works there, but a lot of people thought he was going to get fired. A lot of people thought he was getting fired, and it is goodness. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Nick, hook us up.
All right, so I'm going to share this screen. This is something that Gabe put me onto a few years ago, and we quote it all the time. It's absolutely hilarious. We're going to show you a clip of it, and I mean, like Gabe said, this is like their guy, right? He calls the games, this guy. He talks about the team. He shares a radio show with Michael Kay, who's a Yankees fan and Yankee commentator. And I mean, this is just true passion. And we just love it. It embodies what everything should be. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Here we go.
That story. That's a sad end.
And let me just say, I'm sorry. Let me just say a little bit of, Gabe might have mentioned this. I don't ever pay attention to what he's saying. let me just say that what he's about to talk about is the forever players that the Mets, in his opinion, don't have. They've been around for a long time. He said other teams, even newer teams, they have like those players or that guy that just is like he's a Yankee or he's a Red Sox. Like he was there for the majority of his career, did great things. And his whole rant is that the Mets don't have any of them. So that's just a little bit of context for what he's talking about. All right. Nope. Here we go.
Ending. David Wright, that's a sad ending. And even Doc and Darryl didn't finish their careers here. Who's the forever player? Ed Kranepool?
And they treat him badly.
So this is my team. This isn't Yankee boy killing them. This is my team. Look around Major League Baseball. Where's their Harper? Where's their Trout? Where's their Altuve? Where's their Judge? Where's their Sanchez? Where? You can't even on accident? Who? I'm begging somebody tell me who.
Oh, man.
And we've overrated these guys. Syndergaard, Mats. They're going to be Cy Youngs. They're going to be winning 20 games a year. I don't want to kill them, Michael, but we're still waiting. We're still waiting for Thor. The Dark Knight's gone out the door. Who? 30 years. 30. Carter, Hernandez, they got them. And those guys still didn't finish their career with the Mets. The Yankees have 3 forever players, maybe 4 or 5 before the season is over in 1 year. In 1 year. The Astros have 3. The Nationals have 2. 30 years, the Mets have none. I can't. David Wright's your forever player. You lost. I love David. But if that's the best you can give me, then you can't win.
Your forever player was Strawberry.
And how did that end up? Darryl Strawberry writing ghost articles in '88 during the playoffs, how he longs to be a Los Angeles Dodger. How did that end up? Winning a championship with the Yankees.
Yeah, that's not forever.
Doc pitching a no-hitter for the Yankees.
Strawberry won 3 championships for the Yankees, Don.
Please.
Don't just make it 1.
All right, so you understand where I'm coming from. Ed Kranepool, because poor Ed Kranepool came up when he was 17 years old, spent his entire career as a Met. When David Wright was breaking every offensive record, he was breaking Ed Kranepool's records, Michael. Ed Kranepool. Did you ever hear of him before today? I'm not mocking you. This is not Casey Stengel. This is Ed Kranepool. Did you know him before today? I'm asking you.
Before today, but not before I worked on the show.
Right.
Never.
That's your guy. That's your forever guy. Not Ruth, not Gehrig, not Mantle, not Berra, not Jeter, not Pettit, not Andujar, not Torreyes, not Judge, not Bird. Kranepool. Hey, Kranepool.
Lose his mind.
There's 90% of this audience right now that couldn't pick Ed Kranepool out of a lineup. If Ed Kranepool picked them up at the airport, name. Can you be the Midtown? You played for the Mets. That's cool.
That's cool,
man.
man.
When did you play for the Mets? That's awesome, dude. That's your favorite player. Ed bleeping Kranepool. That's it. There's not one other one. Not one. And don't give me Rants. Don't give me Rants. And don't give me right.
And when you say forever, you mean like so Tom Seaver is not that. Because he left.
They traded Tom Seaver away, Michael. They traded him.
Look at Michael lose it.
And then in 1984, he came back. He begged to be a Met in '84. Michael, he begged them. I want to come back to this piece of garbage organization just because this is my best days. And they left him unprotected, and the White Sox took him. The White Sox, though. You know what he did with the White Sox, Michael? Do you remember what he did? Do you remember what he did?
300 wins.
Against who?
Yanks.
Right in his hometown, right here in New York. Right here in New York. He wins his 300th game as a White Sox.
Oh, gosh.
Darryl, 3 championships as a Yankee. Gooden, no-hitter as a Yankee.
Cursed.
Nolan Ryan, 7 no-hitters.
After he left.
7. Ed Crane Pool.
Oh gosh.
Ed Crane Pool. That's your guy. That's who should wear a jersey. You should go to the stadium, Ed Crane Pool. That's the guy. That's the Ed. There's no one else. There's literally, Michael, no one else. Kuzman was a twin. Bud Harrelson was a Ranger.
I can't lose his mind.
Go on? Do I go on? They killed Gil Hodges.
No.
There's no good. Not
That's the line.
good.
RJ,
Nothing is good.
76 days, Michael K. No rant. I knew today was the
need
day. 76 days. Their longest
This is my favorite part.
Until Ed
Yes.
Crane and the New York Mets took Dodd out.
Now, I rant and I lose it, all right? And sometimes I lose what I say. Anything I say incorrect. Was there anything that I exaggerated?
Well,
anything at all?
they killed Gil Hodges.
No, but
He died on the golf course.
But he
Tom.
died. But he died in Met Spring Trip. One of the greatest first basemen of all time.
Oh gosh. Oh, that's classic. Like the other announcers can't even control themselves, dude. They're just like, he said, is there anything I said that was wrong? He said, well, they killed Gil Hodges. That was extreme. He died in Metcalf. He died on a golf course. Wow.
I think it's hilarious and a little wrong that through his rant, he just pulls that out of the sky. They killed Gil Hodges. I mean, they literally put a gun to his head or something.
Oh gosh.
This is so glorious for anyone that has been there, that knows what it feels like, right? And he's talking about a specific thing, right? Now, they've won 2 championships. This team has won 0. Padres have won 0. Chargers have won 0, right? At least the Mets have won 2, and this year they're looking really, really good, primed to maybe get to their 6th World Series and possibly win a 3rd one. But you got to feel, if you know about the baseball history of these names that he's calling off, right? Then, now, there's some mistakes there, and I don't want to get too far off this tangent. I would consider David Wright still a forever player. He didn't win the World Series. I get it. But he was there. His injuries kind of sucked the last part of his career. But
Right,
this guy's mentioning Greg Bird. Is he an all-time for the Yankees? No. Duhar, stop it. Sanchez, stop it, right? But I understand what he's trying to say. He's trying to make a point, and he made a glorious point, and it's absolutely hilarious.
And I think that here's the thing, right? He's talking about acquiring players, purchasing players either through draft or just signing players outright. And he's like, the Mets can't get it right when they have good. The team is cursed because they have had good players over the years,
right.
But the players either leave and then perform better in other places, or the players end up getting traded or just pay poorly for the Mets.
Padres are too.
And it's got to be a frustrating thing, man. And I tell you right now, dude, it is glorious. And you know what? It's apropos that you're wearing the RCB hat, because that's who RCB is, bro. They're the Mets. Think about the names that RCB has had, from Coley to the Universe Boss,
A.B. de Villiers, Kale Raoul. The list goes on and on.
Dude,
has an amazing season the first year away from RCB.
Give me that RCB rap. Say we had Chahal, we had KO Raul, and we traded him away.
Dude, you can't make it up. There's plenty more. Put in the comment section what I leave out of who they had that they gave 1 year and said, "What? Get out of here with this garbage."
Oh God! And then they go somewhere else and win, or go somewhere else and perform well. Yeah, you know what? And there are some teams that are cursed, some teams that have pressure, because again, the Mets had Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan is one of the greatest baseball players of all time.
Young Nolan Ryan, yes.
Over 300 wins, seven no-hitters, and not one of them by accident is with the Mets. Not one, dude. That's just being cursed, man. That's just being cursed, and I absolutely love it.
But you know what's cool about Nolan Ryan is he won a World Series title as a young buck with the Mets, right? I mean, I'm not sure how many starts he had, but I'm pretty sure he got a ring because he was on that team up and down. No, love Nolan Ryan, absolutely. Let us know what you think about our video here. This is kind of a different type of video, different kind of reaction, but since Gabe is the king of the rant here on CFA, we had to show his idol. Is it Dan or Don LaGreca?
Don LaGreca, my idol, bro. Oh, I wish I could rant
His
like
idol.
him. Oh, I wish I could rant like him.
And this guy gives rant. You can look up other rants this guy has. I've gone through all of them. They're absolutely glorious on my own. And like Gabe said, you just put it on to make yourself feel better. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching this video. And until next time.
Yeah, 6 runs.